Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Today I'm with a returning guest. They recently got off tour with Macklemore. They're about to release a new game that's cross-platform for Spades, and they also have a collab project coming out, which we're going to be talking about as well. It's my pleasure to have back on XP.
Hey.
Hell yeah. And I said that all in one breath.
That's
Perfect.
cool, man. Good to be here.
Yes. It's been, how long has it been? It's been like has it been a year yet?
I think so.
That's
right?
wild.
I don't do time no more.
Me neither.
I just gotta go.
That's very true. Like I saw you recently though at the New Year's, the Christmas party.
Christmas party, yeah.
And I got a tattoo.
You got tatted in the basement. That's fire, man.
Yeah. So now I have like
it was free.
Yes. And you don't have tattoos, or do you have tattoos?
I got two just on my hands.
Okay.
One of my mother's initials and then an XP.
Hell yeah. Those look like painful spots to get tattoos though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it is. I think like I don't know.
It's because it's like, I don't know.
I got right. Somebody told me it wasn't. And I was like, well, let me get it there, and then that'll let me know. I can gauge it for other ones if I want to get other ones.
Got it. And then you got in the exact same spot.
Yeah. I was like, I kind of like that spot.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, first, right before, after our interview last time, you got ready for a tour.
Mm-hmm.
So what was tour like? And you guys went like all over the place.
So we went. That was the Imagine Dragons tour.
What? You wouldn't imagine? I don't even know.
Yeah. Was that see? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Time is crazy.
Oh, shit.
So, because we went on tour with Imagine Dragons, and then we just got back from Australia, and that was like a 2.5 week festival tour, and then we got one coming up.
Damn.
Yeah.
And the one that's coming up is with Charlie and on a Friday?
Charlie on Friday.
That's crazy.
Shout out to the homie Charlie.
Hell yeah. So what's that like, dude? Are you, at this point, you're meeting all these artists.
Mm-hmm.
On Instagram, I saw that you met like Akon and like all these people. Are you able to build like your own relationships with these people as well?
I mean, not necessarily. Like I'm kind of a shy dude, so I'm never like the one that's super duper networking. If the opportunity arises, you know what I'm saying, I might slip in something if I've had a Jameson or two. Might say something. But like Akon is like, he just happened to be right there and it was like, hey yo, let me get a picture. Because he's constantly moving. Like whenever it's not, I didn't get to see him in one spot, unless he was like on stage.
He's got Acoin now. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy. But I did get to chop it up with Lumity.
Okay.
And yeah, we talked about working possibly.
Hell yeah.
Me doing some stuff for her. So yeah, but other than that, I just was looking for Chili from TLC, and when I did see her, I sweated profusely, and that was about it.
And then it seems like Tones and I is building like a relationship with Seattle also. Like they've been here a lot.
Yeah. She's the homie.
That's craziness.
Yeah, her and Ben are hella close, and she was on tour with us for Imagine Dragons. Mm-hmm. And it was fire. She's dope.
Damn.
Super nice. Offered to steam my clothes a lot. She didn't have to do that.
Ooh.
But she was super nice about steaming my clothes.
Do they just have like a portable steamer with them or something?
Yeah. Gotta have a portable steamer. You cannot be on stage wrinkled.
Okay. Yeah. I feel that.
So
is this like has this been just, maybe it's because this is the first time I'm really paying attention to how much Macklemore's tours. Is this like been a super busy year for you guys? Or is this kind of just like normal, like how much you tour as well with them? I
mean, it's definitely not as busy as it has been in the past, because everything's just kind of, the Imagine Dragon tour was like the first tour that we've done since like quarantine. We did some other like one-off shows. Yeah. But that was like the first big tour that we did since quarantine was over, and then the Australian one. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this next one that's coming up is for his album. Ben. Yeah, the Ben album.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like being in Australia?
Australia is amazing. It's one of my favorite places.
Really?
People are great. Food's great. They party hard. Down under.
Damn. There we go.
I learned a lot of terms.
What's the weirdest term you learned?
I'm probably going to say it wrong, but wait. We can't curse though, right?
You can.
Oh, well, All right. I'm trying to cut back on cursing.
Oh.
But since we can, they have this saying where they're like, we didn't come here to fuck spiders. And you know what I'm saying? When we first heard it, I was like, what does that even mean? But it kind of means like, we didn't come here to mess around. We're not bullshitting. We came here to be serious, and we didn't come here to fuck spiders. You know, and then I learned about an animal. It was called, I could be saying this wrong, it was like a guaca. A quacka. A quack. It was not a quacker. It was like it's like a quacka or something like that. It's like this weird animal. I never saw it.
Okay. And that's not like, you're not saying like the white derogatory.
No. Nope. Nope. It was an animal.
I'm dead.
And it's called, it's a quacka.
Very nice.
Something like that.
Is it like, did you see the animal? Have you ever seen this animal? Okay.
Didn't see it. Didn't see it. And they're pigeons.
Oh.
You know how like you walking down the street, you see a pigeon?
Yeah.
Theirs are weird, bro.
Oh.
Like they're not like regular pigeons. They're like, they have these long beaks. And they kind of look like little cranes.
Okay.
Like little storks almost.
Yeah.
Weird, man.
Maybe like radiation or something.
I don't know.
That spider thing reminds me of when I was a kid, though. I was at a farmer's market, and this guy was, I think it was for a window mirror. I could be completely wrong. I think I'm just thinking of window mirror. I don't think window mirror is actually a window company. Or is it? Do you know what Window is? Windermere?
That kind of sound. Oh, Windermere.
That's not a
I'm
window
thinking you're saying window mirror.
I think I'm getting them mixed. It's Windermere. Windermere is not a window company. Or is it?
I don't know, but I can see the logo for Windermere. I don't know what it's for, though.
It might have not been Windermere, but in my head, I think it's Windermere. But basically, I was like 10 at a farmer's market, and this guy was selling literal windows for some company. Maybe not Windermere.
Maybe not.
Windermere could be real estate. I have no idea.
It has something to do with homes. I know that.
Yes. But anyways, he asked me, he's like, hey, do you want to buy a window? And I'm like, what? I'm 10 years old. And he's like, I'm just busting your balls. And that was the first time I ever heard that. I mean, when you're 10, you're like, busting your balls?
And
I'm like, what?
Also was the first Italian guy you ever met.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, I'm Italian, though, so I feel like I should have known. Yeah. I should have known that. My family's hella Italian.
Really?
Yeah.
My family's hella Italian. That's hilarious.
Yeah, but that was the first time I heard that. And then, like, my friend the other day, Colin, he was skiing, and he decided to, like, put, like, he made a snowman, and he put, like, a snowman dick on the snowman, and then his friend he was with said that was inappropriate, but then I'm like, because it was like there was kids skiing.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, when I was a kid, like dick jokes were like the thing.
Yeah, you drew a lot of dicks when you were a kid, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you tell a 10-year-old, I'm just busting your balls about buying a window, I'm like, what do you mean busting my balls?
Busting my balls.
So it always stuck with me, windows and busting balls. So. That's my childhood story, and I'm sticking with it.
That's a good. That's a weird combination, like balls and windows, but it makes sense. Why you busting my ball? You know, nobody ever said, "Yeah, you're breaking my balls." Yeah,
never.
Nobody said breaking my balls and
never.
busting my. I guess breaking is more time. Busting your balls might be, I don't know, Scandinavian or something.
Maybe I have no idea. I guess for as Italian as my family is, we don't really make a lot of Italian punchlines.
You just do this?
Yeah.
You just talk regular.
I know a good one. My grandpa always says, what, am I an asshole?
Yeah. They always ask questions.
Yeah. And you're like, are you supposed to say yes or
no? You know what I like about Italians is they don't, and this is definitely a stereotype, what I'm about to say.
They make good spaghetti.
I think all Italians are mafia members, and so I think it's super funny how when an Italian, like a real Italian guy, gets really upset at somebody, and they're like walking, or they like, they tell them to come here, and they're like, come here, let me talk to you, and then you come over there, and then they're like, you come over here with your, you got your shoes, and you come over here with your nice, you know what I'm saying? They just describe, and I really like that. You come over here with your face and your nose,
They just
mouth, and they just hated the stuff.
That's fucking.
I've always admired that.
That's amazing. I still need to watch Scarface. I feel like that's a sin that I haven't seen. Or The Godfather.
It's
I feel
not
like
really. Scarface isn't Italian.
is not. Yes,
No.
it is.
No, Scarface was
Like
from
mafia?
Cuba.
Okay. What
Yeah,
about The Godfather? The Godfather.
Godfather's Italian for sure.
But I feel like they fall in the same realm. You have to see
They
both.
do as far as like gangster movies go, but Tony wasn't in the mafia. He started to deal with the cartel,
Okay.
and which is pretty much Mexican mafia.
Fair enough. See, I need to watch that so I could give references,
Yeah.
but I might be too late. But I feel if hip hop is still like, there's still so much Scarface like.
Man, I just did an album and referenced. I put a Scarface sample in it, like, on the new stuff that we did.
See,
so it's that movie never gets old, bro. It's like the
Interesting.
sayings that they're saying, the dialogue.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing movie.
That's
Same
what-
for Godfather.
And that's what Benny the Butcher does. Like on all his album covers, it's
Mhm.
usually like something
Something
related.
from yeah.
Interesting.
And another one is Goodfellas. If you've never seen.
Oh yeah,
Goodfellas.
yeah. I've seen Goodfellas.
And Casino.
Yes, 100%.
Gotta see that.
So, tours calmed down,
Tour's done.
and then you started. How'd you get involved with deciding to like make a video game?
So I've been working on that since before that tour. It actually,
Okay.
like as soon as quarantine started,
Hmm.
like early 2020, I was just playing video games.
Yeah.
And was just like, wow, I have nothing to do. And I'm playing video games. And then one day, me and a friend, we noticed that there was this older spades game that you used to be able to play on Xbox 360.
Hmm.
And so it was like, oh, let's play this. And then I tried to invite him,
Yeah.
and he couldn't play it. He couldn't download it. So what happens is that game came out in like 2005 or something. And unless you downloaded it and bought it back then,
Right.
you can't download it now because there's just been so many different generations of Xbox consoles, and they never updated the game because I don't think they were making any money off of it. I don't think at the time there's no such thing as like in-app purchases or in-game purchases maybe at that time. But so yeah, they kind of just let it go, and nobody else could play it unless they download it. So I kind of had the light bulb, like, there's no Spades game on Xbox and PlayStation right now. And that kind of was the beginning of it. And I haven't let it go yet. And now it'll be done in like a month or two.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So after you had the idea, did you already have like connects in your mind? Like, I'm going to reach out to these people, or did that take time? Got it.
Like, it was a process. Like, I had the idea, and then I remember posting on Facebook, like, how do I make a video game? But I also Googled stuff, and a lot of the stuff I came across were like, I came across like a few Asian companies that charged like a crazy amount, like $500,000 to make a video game.
Yeah.
And then I learned that you can actually buy like a gaming engine and then build a game. And I learned that Unreal engine, they actually sell their engine. Unreal is like
it's like all the big games use that right now.
Yeah. And I remember this game back in the day, side note, on Dreamcast. It was called Unreal Tournament, and I'm pretty sure that was like the first thing they ever did. It was like this crazy shooting game. Anyway, so yeah, I had to figure it out, and I remember I posted on Facebook, and one of my friends commented like, yo, I made a video game.
Ooh.
And I didn't know, and I knew him from, he like had a clothing line in New York, the homie Adam Thompson. And he had a clothing line, and he's like, yo, I quit what I was doing and made a video game. He made like the first online casino for cryptocurrency or something. It was like crazy. He like made millions.
Damn.
Quit everything and moved to Thailand to just keep making more video games. And so he kind of hit me up and was like, yo, I can give you like the first couple of steps, and you got to write up a proposal for developers to look at. And I was trying to figure out how to get investors. Like, that was my first thing. And he was like, no, you got to get somebody who can actually make the game and who will be interested in making the game. And so he introduced me to a guy named Fahad, who was in Pakistan. And it went from there. They got my proposal and looked at it and were like, Spades just happens to be the biggest card game in Pakistan, which is another thing I didn't know. It's called Rung, RUNG. And so I was like, well, this is perfect. They were super excited. And then they were very excited because I had all types of ideas for the game that just hadn't been really done before in a video game. With Spades alone, like there's never been a 3D Spades game. It's always 2D, like a table and some cards and your little icon picture or whatever. So there's never been a 3D one. And I also had ideas to like incorporate a streaming service to like, if you have Spotify, you'll be able to log in and kind of DJ and host your own room. And there's all types of like customization ideas I had. But pretty much I wanted to create like a Fortnite environment for a Spades game to where you can customize different things and stuff like that. So yeah.
What? That's super sick.
Yeah.
So I checked out the website and there's like some avatars, like there's like a Travis Scott avatar and stuff.
Yep.
Okay, hell yeah.
Starting off with just some characters that I thought would be dope to play Spades as.
Yeah.
There's like Gwen Stefani and like Janet Jackson, Sofia Vergara. A lot of people are like, who's this Sofia? I'm like, it's Sofia Vergara. I got to represent the Latin culture. And so, yeah. MGK.
Yes, yeah. So what about that's a specific...
Bernie Mac.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's a specific style you're going for from the website at least. Like what made you decide on that like cartoon style?
So the artists, they got a lot of artists at Frag. Frag is the name of the gaming company that made it. And so they got a lot of artists and they've made several successful video games before. Epic Battles of History is one. They're more of like created like strategy video games, Dungeons and Dragons type stuff.
Yeah.
And so the artists they had are just super dope.
Yeah.
And we kind of talked about what look we wanted for the game. I didn't want it to be too cartoony, but I also didn't, it also costs money for it to be super realistic.
Yeah.
So it kind of had to like find a balance to where it's like realistic. And also cartoony enough to where we don't get in copyright trouble for making a Travis Scott or something.
Right.
So it's Travis, but it's like Travis Blott. It's not.
Oh.
It's Bernie Mac, but it's like Uncle Bernie. It's not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
What if it catches on enough? Maybe you can have like, how Fortnite has like seasons. Maybe you can have a season where when it's updated, those celebrities maybe want to come voice over some stuff. That'd be crazy.
I mean, there's once you create like a 3D version of like a Spades game, like the doors are like just endless. Like the possibilities are endless, and there's so many ideas. There's so much room for stuff. Like jerseys. Favorite teams, and the list goes on. You'll be able to have stuff on the table. With you. Maybe you want like a little drink there or something cool. So it's there used to be this poker game on Xbox called Prominence Poker. And that was, I think at the time, was the only 3D cards game. And it's like mafia themed. So you can have like a gun on the table. You can buy these little like brass knuckles and drinks and cigars and stuff. So we want to go that route, you know what I'm saying? You'll be able to customize, dress your person and whatever. So
damn.
Yeah, man.
That's like I'm already thinking of like making that like an esport, or like getting that connected with like virtual reality where you can actually walk around in the 3D space. Like there's so many options just with that game alone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, but I got a homie. And I was talking to him. We talk about ideas sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, I just got a new job at Xbox. And I'm like, oh yeah, like doing what? And he's like, yo, I'm in charge of this new technology. And I'm like, new? What do you mean? Yeah. And he's like, Xbox is coming out with this new thing. You know what? I probably shouldn't say too much. Oh. But they're coming out with this new thing.
Okay.
And it kind of puts you in the game, so to speak. It's not necessarily virtual reality, but it's an entire thing
Oh,
where you will be like in the game pretty much is what I can say.
craziness.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Dun, dun, dun.
You heard it here on NAST.
Over the summer, my friend gave me like, what was it? They gave me like an email to basically test out like technology, to get paid to test out technology. And so you have to like get recommended to go do it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I got recommended to go do this like virtual reality like testing.
Whoa.
Where they like track your facial recognition, and for like an hour you're like going like like making faces and stuff. And it was like in this like crazy skyscraper in Bellevue. And like I was like, it was some like wild shit. So I'm like, and that's just something that they'll let anyone do if you get recommended. So like imagine like all the, whether it's entertainment technology or whatever, in Seattle
stuff.
alone.
Right.
You know? Yeah,
we I've come across I've been in some I have some weird stories, man. Like especially with like technology. I remember we were on tour several years ago, a while back, and they were like, we're gonna get these new in-ears. We're gonna get in-ears, and there's like I think it was like UE, the company UE had a new way. It was like the first time 3D modeling, 3D printing was being used to make like in-ear models. And so, you know, we're on tour with Macklemore, so they're like, come on in. We're like meeting the CEO, and we're like at this crazy long table, and we're all getting our ears, and they're like 3D mapping. We can see them mapping the inside of our ear canal. And at the now it doesn't sound that crazy, but at the time it was like, yo, this is nuts. They're mapping. It's like a 3D thing. And so we go on talking, and then the owner, he's like, yeah, it's pretty impressive, huh, guys? And he goes, I'll tell you something else we're working on. And he goes, we're also working on this thing where you can, like if you're feeling stressed, we can put these, you could put these in-ears in, and then we could send a frequency to your brain waves that will calm you down, or like or you can like turn on happy, and so everybody else is like, oh, like that's really cool. And I'm like, you're going to be manipulating people's brainwaves? I'm like getting upset. And they're like, yeah, you know, not like that. And I'm like, immediately the conversation's like, you know, the military is going to be all over this. And they're like, you know, they're like, yes, we've talked. And one of the other employees was like, I know. And you could tell he was just like, I don't know about that.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
It was weird. Yeah, it was a weird situation.
That's
but
crazy.
I've been in some weird situations where I've heard about some crazy technology.
What if they're like mapping your ear, and they're like, you have way too much ear gunk for us to do this or something?
They tell you before you go, they're like, yo, you got to clean your stuff out.
Dang, that's yeah. There's so much technology. Like, do you think there's probably got to be like clones of people
I was just
somewhere?
watching something last night on that.
Ooh.
Listen, this podcast is about to turn real rabbit holey because I was just watching stuff on clones. I don't know if I necessarily believe that people have been cloned, but
what's the conspiracy then?
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of conspiracies about certain people being cloned.
Oh, true.
People remember, like, people thought Gucci Mane was a clone.
Yeah, because we got fit. Out. Yeah.
People thought Dave Chappelle was a clone.
It's always about people getting jacked.
Fit. Once you get fit, they're like, yo, this guy's a clone. Once you start giving a damn about your health, can't even be healthy.
Can't even be healthy anymore.
If that be the case, all vegans
aren't
real. They're all clones.
Dun, dun, dun. Or like Adele. Adele would be a clone too.
Adele? Yo, there was this one rapper.
She lost a lot of weight, you know?
She did.
Yeah.
There was this one rapper. He was named after a Dragon Ball Z character. You know what I'm talking about? It was like, it started with a B, like Boo, Kid Boo.
Yeah, yes.
Kid Boo.
And he was saying he was a clone or something. Yeah.
He was super serious. He was like, I was in the lab 2, 3, 4 lab coat. He was like giving real terms and stuff. I was like, what?
Yeah, I remember that. Whatever happened to that guy?
They put him down.
They put him down.
They put him down, man. Said too much.
Damn. Yeah. It's crazy because we're in like a tech city, you know, like, so like a lot of, I don't know how much is it, but I feel like they do test some technology here. Like you see like the Amazon drones, like have you seen like the Amazon robots on like the wheels? like driving around and stuff. Like I saw them testing that in a park.
The delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's weird stuff. They don't even even the police, when they raid you now, they send a dog in with a gun on it.
What?
And there's I'm dead serious. They sent a robot dog in with a gun on it.
Oh, what?
And there's a guy with a TV and he's controlling it and he's looking at it.
In Seattle or just in general?
In Seattle, yeah. I saw it being used in Seattle.
What?
Mm-hmm. Saw somebody getting raided and you hear a
You're fucked.
You're like, oh, dang, they got the robot dogs now. So if you're wondering where Seattle's money is going, I seen this place getting raided. They had 8 drones in the sky and robot dogs.
What? So you saw the robot dog?
No, I didn't see it.
You just heard it.
But I heard it.
Damn. I bet that would be scary.
Because as I was seeing it, it was going in. And then you can hear it going further in because it's.
Oh my gosh!
I was like, yo,
that's like Chappie or something.
I know.
Oh my gosh!
We're in the future, man.
Dang.
Drones and robot dogs with guns on them.
Dang. So how far did you ever get into the NFTs or anything, or what were your opinions on that?
I almost did.
Yeah.
I got a cousin who got super into it. He's an artist.
Yeah.
And then I had some ideas, and then he just kind of ditched me because I don't know anything about it. It's weird to me selling art.
Fair enough.
Which is just sell it.
And now it's
then you can hang it in the metaverse. I don't know.
And now it's kind of, I think it's still around, but it's it's kind of slowing down right now at least.
Yeah.
We'll see where things go with that.
Yes, I still got Bitcoin. I'm just disappointed in it all. I'm just a traditional old man, and all this new technology and cryptocurrency ain't for me.
I'd say you're an entrepreneur though.
Give me a classic oil rig and let me
there will be blood.
Drink your milkshake. Some people will get that.
There will be blood.
There we go. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
See, some people don't know they don't know.
They don't know. That's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
My family hates that movie. They say it's just slow and boring. I liked it though.
I think the first 10 minutes, nobody's talking.
Yeah.
It's just, it's genius. I just like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
Like him in general. And I think he retired from acting.
Yeah. Did you see his last movie, The Seamstress or A Seamster?
I didn't. It didn't look that interesting.
It was literally about, some sewing. It was all right. It was not. I wouldn't watch it again.
Yeah.
I could explain what happens though. Yeah. Basically, the guys. Well, I guess that's spoiling it. Never mind. That's the end. It's. I don't know if it's even worth. I didn't like Lincoln, but it's also because I'm not huge into social studies.
I
which
fell
sounds
asleep.
bad. Yeah.
It's really long.
But Abe Lincoln Vampire Killer. That's a good one.
Great one. Great movie right there. Great movie.
Okay, so back on track to this Spades stuff. So specifically, is Spades one of your favorite games in general?
It is.
Okay.
I will play Spades until the day I die. I've mastered it.
Ooh. I'll play you in Spades sometime.
It's rare that I lose.
Oh.
People hate that about me. I don't care. I believe I'm one of the greatest ever to do it. Therefore, I made a game.
Damn.
Who else should make a video game? Because you got all these corporate suit and ties people. They don't care about the Spades player. They don't even know how to play Spades. There's a bunch of people making Spades games on their phone.
Yeah.
None on console. And they don't play Spades. They know you do. They know black people and Mexicans and Cambodians play Spades. That they don't know. They don't know how to make one, you know? Yeah, so when we were making the game, there's a research part of their team where they do all this research, and 89% of I might get this messed up. 89% of the people that play video games are black and brown.
Really?
I think so. No, it's not. That can't. 89% of something, and then there's black and brown and that, and then 11% of that number feel like they are unrepresented culturally
in
in video games. And I'm pretty sure I got those numbers on, but it's a very small percentage that are like, oh yeah, like as a black man, I feel like my culture is represented in video games.
Oh,
or like,
I see. You're saying the people buying the video games,
yes,
a lot of them are cultured or ethnic,
right,
but they don't see themselves in the video game.
exactly.
Okay.
And so you get a lot of like war games. It's all like,
yeah,
you know,
white
World
dudes.
War I, World War II, and,
Yeah.
and it's always America.
Yeah.
And so that was a big part of me wanting to make this game and make it for black and brown people, like, and incorporate little things that they will notice to be like, oh man, that reminds me when I used to play at Spades in my uncle's basement.
Yeah.
Or, you know, on top of that, a lot of the environments, well, right now we have 2 environments, but the environment that we have is modeled after the domino game that was happening in Boys in the Hood.
Okay. Yeah.
That backyard scene. And then there's another environment that's like this smoky basement, but it's kind of like the Menace to Society scene a little bit.
Yeah.
So little things like that kind of speak to the culture.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. There's endless possibilities.
There's endless possibilities.
It could be like, did you ever play NBA Street?
Yep.
You know, like how there's like Green Lake. I guess we're not in Green Lake anymore. The other location was at Green Lake.
Mm-hmm.
But like down the street was the Green Lake basketball court, and that was in NBA Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So that'd be crazy if there's like in popular places in the U.S. or whatever.
Yeah. So there's a couple ideas. Like I also the Super Funny Comedy Club.
Yes.
There's a possibility we might put like that as a venue that you could play spades in, and then have like, it's a little good branding, good marketing for the club as well.
Yeah.
You can do anything. There's so many possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
How's comedy going there? I haven't been there for a minute either.
Comedy's going good, man. This next year is really crazy. It's like the craziest lineup. I talked to Nate a couple weeks ago, and he said that the second biggest comedy club owner in America called him up.
Oh, wow.
And said, yo, your lineup for this year is ridiculous.
Dang.
And so that's pretty big. The lineup is crazy. It's like every one of my favorite comedians.
Hell yeah.
Like, D-Ray and Donnell Rollins.
Donnell's coming?
Donnell's coming. He's been a couple times.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but he's coming.
Son.
There's just so many people. Deion Cole, I think, is coming. And there's just so many people. So go check the website out if you get a chance. Superfunnycomedyclub.com.
That's sick.
The next year is crazy.
I just saw Steve-O on Friday in Tacoma at the, what is it, Pantages Theater? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
That was crazy because I guess he's kind of a comedian. I guess he's a comedian. But like his show, it was considered a comedy show. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't know. It wasn't like stand-up comedy, if that makes sense. Have you heard of his show?
I've heard that he was doing shows, but I kind of just assumed that he was telling jokes.
Got it. So
because I know he's sobered up, so I'm assuming he's not doing crazy stunts anymore.
That's what he was doing, though. It was interesting. Yeah. So like, he had like a projector, and he would in like deep detail would explain what you're about to see on the projector, and like you'd be like, this guy is exaggerating, there's no way. Like he would just be like crazy, he'd just say crazy shit, and then everything he would say he'd actually end up doing. Yeah. And like I don't think he said this on podcast as well, so it's not like spoiling anything, but like there's one and there's like I think there's around 10 different clips, and it's like an hour and a half long show. One of the clips he plays is himself getting a vasectomy, and like they show it, so like he's doing crazy stuff.
It's shock.
It's like shock.
It's a shock show.
But like, have you seen Your Mom's House before? Like that's Tom Segura's podcast.
Maybe I feel like I've listened to like a couple like little clips of it. Or something on YouTube or something.
So like the main thing of their show, it's him and his wife Christina Pazinski, and they review like funny videos online, and they have dark humor, so sometimes their funny videos are actually just like fucked up videos. And then every few months they have a Your Mom's House Live, where they like stream it only on their website, and they show like stuff that you can't show on YouTube. And like after watching Your Mom's House Live, seeing Steve-O live wasn't a big deal, but I'm like, still, that is pretty intense because it's one person doing it to themselves versus like finding like clips throughout the world.
Okay, so they just show a bunch of different stuff.
But like, it's pretty good. I had a watch party for it. The last
what
one,
is it? It's
Your Mom's House
Your
Live.
Mom's House Live. Okay.
Yeah, you got to see it.
You could go back and watch.
Yeah,
okay.
It's pretty good. It's freaking good. But yeah, it was interesting to see Steve-O there. Have any? Do you know if any comedians have done anything interesting at the comedy club, or is it have they been sticking to
You mean like Steve-O?
Yeah,
No,
like any anyone use like visual aid yet or anything?
Not that I can, maybe because we do have a projector, but I don't. Maybe somebody showed like a picture or something.
Got it.
Kind of feel like George Lopez might have showed a picture, like turned around and was like pointing at something.
Wait, George Lopez was there?
Bro, we had George Lopez there, man.
Wow.
Yeah, we've had some really big names. We were actually gonna have Dave Chappelle was gonna come through. Like I think last year around New Year's Eve, but then like COVID got worse or something, and he like canceled a couple shows.
Yeah.
But
it's wild.
Yeah. So the comedy, man, it's a lot of people coming through. A lot of people.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's super. See, you're a total entrepreneur. You're an artist.
Trying.
You got this game coming out. So on the game, why is it Cut Master Spades?
Cut Master Spades because when you're playing spades, you cut. If you don't have a suit, like if you play a heart and I don't have any hearts, I get to play a spade. I get to cut you.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of the power comes from. That's where it's like, yo, I'm about to kill you now.
Yeah.
And so that's when people usually stand up and they throw the card as hard as they can. They try to break your table with a card. I will snap a table in half with a card. And so, so cut is the essential play of spades, and therefore you will master the cut, and then you will be like me, the best.
I want to play you in spades. I definitely will probably lose, but like feel like
it's fun.
Yeah, I love spades.
You will lose. There's a great chance you're gonna lose.
Why?
And I would say that to anyone out there. It's not. It's not. I don't. Even if they've been playing for years and years.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Wait. So how does one get good at spades, or how did you get to where you're at?
You have to go through every experience possible, every card situation. You have to have been through it all more than once.
Yeah.
You got to know what you're doing. You got to know who you're playing. There's a psychological aspect to the game of spades. It's not just you're just throwing cards out there.
Because you have to say what is it? You have to say either you have like 9 or you have to say how many.
Yeah, you got to bet first.
Yeah, you bet.
You bid on what you think you're gonna win, right? And or you can sometimes you can bet nothing, and you just have to get away.
Yeah.
You have to get rid of everything, and then people are trying to give you something.
Yeah.
And I'm just very elusive. Whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna win.
I'm dead.
What are we gonna do? If you think you can beat me, get the game when it comes out and come see me, because I'm gonna be on there. I have my own character made of gold. I'm just be the golden player.
Heck yeah.
I'm probably not gonna do that, but I think I can. It's mine, so
yeah.
I think I can do something like that.
I was on my phone today. I guess there was some award ceremony that just happened, like music award show that just happened, and like Doja Cat was in all like red.
Okay.
Did you see that?
Oh, was that her? With like her face was like covered in diamonds or something?
Yeah, it was like all red and like maybe diamonds were on it.
She was bald.
Yes.
Yeah, it looked. I think that was a modeling show, like a fashion show.
Oh.
That she was at.
Okay.
Because the reason I saw her in that is because Kylie Jenner was there, and she had like a
The
huge
lion.
Yeah.
What the heck? Yes.
Yeah.
But someone on online was making a joke of what she was wearing, and then said CeeLo Green did it better. And then CeeLo Green at the Grammys one year was like in a whole like gold suit.
I remember that.
Yeah. So when you say that gold suit, that's what I think
I
of.
could do that. I can do that if I want.
But that's super sick. I'm excited for your game.
Yes. Thank you.
So let's talk about you have a project coming out soon, like a collaboration project?
Yeah, me and the homie JFK of Gray Skull, of Rhymesayers Entertainment. Me and him decided
Wait, so Gray Skulls is part of Rhymesayers?
Gray Skull is signed to Rhymesayers, yeah.
Where's Gray Skull from? They're not from
They're
Seattle.
from here, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Jeffrey and JFK and Henri Osborne were from here.
Henri Osborne? Oh, yeah.
Henri Osborne, yeah.
Where did I meet Henri? He opened for Murs, I think.
Probably.
Like last year.
Yep, probably.
And then
so.
I had Ciroc on my show recently.
Yeah. So yeah.
I know Rhymesayers. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, they actually took me on like my first big tour.
Whoa.
Was with Gray Skull opening for Atmosphere, and then it was like Lucky I Am from Living Legends was on it. Mac Lethal was opening up. Greaves was with us just because he had a band, and then ended up getting signed to Rhymesayers himself later. Yeah.
What? You got to connect me with them.
With Rhymesayers?
Yeah. No, with Gray Skull. I am connected with them.
Yeah, man. We're
100%.
definitely gonna we're definitely gonna come through. When Jeff moved to Kansas City.
Okay.
But he's out here every once in a while. And definitely will be once this album get done. But yeah, so me and him decided to do this project. Made some songs, and they were really good. And then we kept making songs, and they kept getting better. And yeah.
So what's the feeling or the theme of this project?
Well, the name of the project is The Unusuals, and it is not radio friendly whatsoever. We're not like trying to like create like a hit single. We just really wanted to rap better than everybody.
Yeah.
And kind of just like flex rapping skills, because the last project I did was all singing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what I've been doing for the last couple of projects. And so I haven't rapped in a while.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of just me unleashing all these bars, as well as like the past several years, I was a huge fan of like battle rap and URL, and they've kind of helped evolve rap. Because they kind of innovated and created styles of writing that really didn't exist yet. Maybe some of the things they're doing, but like the themes and the wordplay that they were doing wasn't really in music like that. And so listening to that for so long, and then my style, creating my own style with it, and kind of having fun with it in general, just playing around. We got The Unusuals.
Hell
and
yeah.
Jeff is just a beast. JFK, aka Ninja Face. He's Ninja Face on this album. And he's just one of my favorite rappers of all time.
Hell yeah.
And I get to make an album with him.
And do you guys have like any features on it? Are you working with any artists or producers from the city, or what is that like?
I'm only gonna give you a little bit.
Okay.
Because I don't want to say too much, but there is a couple features on there. And the features are OGs. They're not like they're people that I came up listening to and respecting. And one of them, I could say one of them. One of them is A+ from Hieroglyphics, and I've worked with him.
I had Dell on too.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
And so they changed my whole world.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so I stay close. I did a song with A+ on one of my albums like back in 2010, I think. And so we've always stayed close. went to Oakland, been down to the hieroglyphics studio and like
Sick.
babysat his son for like an hour while he went and did something. And so we've always kind of stayed in touch a little bit, and so I definitely reached out to him to get him on.
That's sick.
On it, and yeah, every time he's on something, it's a classic. So then we got some other side. Then I got some. We got some local cats on there. My homegirl Tiffany Wilson is singing on there. We got Black Soul from Tacoma on there.
Wait, I didn't know you knew Black Soul. Or did I know that?
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Cause he works with like Big Pooh and those guys.
Yeah. No, I never remember how I meet people, but I don't remember how I met him. I think I just heard some music or something. Somehow we started working, and then I was working on one of Mac's albums, and I was like, yo, we should hit this guy up to like help us work on this song. And so he actually has credits on one of Mac's songs. I think it's Zara.
Really?
Yeah, he helped us write
Black Soul's sick
on that. So yeah, shout out Black Soul. So he's on there. Producers, Theory Has It. He did most of what's on there, but he's from Portland. I don't know if you know who he is.
I need to check him out. I'm trying to go to Portland soon to do like a little tour over there.
Theory Has It is the Northwest Dilla to me. He's like our own Dilla that is alive and making crazy beats.
Wow.
And so yeah, we got him on there. I got my homie DJ Kaz from Virginia making some beats on there. Got my homie Smoke, got a track on there. And so yeah, man.
Hell yeah. I still need to introduce you to some artists too. We briefly talked about it last time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it really does feel like it hasn't been that long.
I know.
Time flies.
Man, you just got to get rid of time.
Yeah.
You can't even, I don't use days. Nothing.
He just does spades.
Spades, man. I wake up and I study spades in a gi.
There we go. What's next for you? Anything else? Or do you have like any like set time for when this project's releasing? Any tour dates? What's the deal?
We don't have a set time for the project release yet because we want to do it right.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna think about some avenues to go down before we release the album. The game comes out in about a month and a half, hopefully. Just getting some bugs out. Macklemore's album Ben comes out in March.
Are you on it?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Did a lot of chorus work on there, a lot of hook work.
Did you meet DJ Premier by any chance?
No. Didn't meet Premier. No.
That'd be sick.
But yeah, so that's coming out in March 4th, I think. And then we go to Europe for a month.
Shee.
So I'll be out there. That's really all I got coming up. And then maybe I can buy a puppy at the end of the year.
You want a puppy?
I want a puppy, man.
What type of puppy?
I want a golden doodle.
Oh.
I want a golden doodle or a labradoodle.
I think a golden doodle. Hell yeah.
That's what I want.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
well, with that, what is the easiest way for people to reach you?
At Xperience XP, but don't put an E at the beginning. So it's Xperience XP. And yeah, that's all my social. And yeah, stay tuned.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to come back here.
Yes.
Yep.
With Grace Cole.
With Grace Cole. Well,
potentially,
but it'll probably be with Jeff.
With Jeff.
And then Henri. I can get
Henri.
you on.
Really? I want Henri. Yeah, I'd love to have him on.
Yeah, I'll get you guys connected.
Hell yeah. And with that, is there any final advice you have for the audience?
You know, always keep a higher power above you. Even if you don't believe in one, believe in something greater than yourself. And this will give you purpose if you don't have it already.
That's good advice. I like that one a lot.
Thanks, man. I just felt it from my heart.
Hell yeah.
So,
amen.
Amen.
This has been the NAST podcast with
XP.
and we did it.